chose the ones with trembling voices, hands unsteady, hearts unsure. Not the mighty, not the flawless, but the quiet, meek and pure. What the world dismissed as fragile, He's surrounded with His flame, clothed their weakness in His power, set their ordinary claim in fame. He wrapped courage round the fearful, turned their shaking into steel. This is the armor of the unlikely, forged in heaven, fit for grace. Strength descending on the humble, glory rising in their place. This is the armor of the unlikely, fearless hearts and borrowed minds. Every giant loses power when the smallest choose to fight. Give me courage. He called the ones without a platform, those overlooked by every crowd, gave them vision in the shadows, made their quiet voices loud. He placed fire in their footsteps, purpose in their shaking hands, lifted outcasts into victory. Of grace and truth combined, every blow becomes a blessing when the battle is divine. This is the armor of the unlikely, heaven's weight on mortal frame. Warriors shake from quiet moments, clothed in more than earthly flame. Not picked for polished skill, but chosen cause His goodness loves the humble heart that's still. This is the armor of the unlikely, every piece a gift from Him. What was fragile now stands fearless, what was dim now burns within. Oh, this is the armor of the unlikely, proof that God rewrites the wheel. Shouts His power in the ones the world won't seek. Your armor, your power, your glory, your glory. Unlikely, but chosen, chosen. Peace doesn't shout, it arrives. The waves were reaching for my breath. Lightning drew lines across the night sky. Fear stood close like sudden death. But in the middle of the chaos, where the world felt split in two, a quiet presence filled the shadows, steady, strong, and breaking through. Breaking through. No thunder announced His coming, yet every whisper turned the tide. He is the voice that said, stillness is observed. He is the voice that settles storms. Peace unfolding in the night. Where my fear once reigned with fury, now His presence owns the fight. Peace, yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Peace, yes, Lord. River on storms, peace fight. Ooh, rain kept falling without mercy. Skies refused to give me rest, but His footsteps touched the tempest like a promise manifest. Clouds that threatened to devour lost their darkness at His gaze. Air grew warm with holy courage, lighting up my shattered ways. Courage rising, not a shout, not forceful power, just authority. Danger, He becomes my healing balm. He is the voice that settles storms. Wind obeys His sovereign call. What once threatened to undo me now has no strength at all. No strength to quiet every fear. Peace be still, let the waters yield. Be still, every heartbeat heal. He walks across the raging currents. He speaks and all creation bends. Name above the wildest terror, power that the darkness ends. He is the voice that settles storms, lighting night with sacred grace. Every trembling heart grows steady when His glory fills the place. He is the voice that settles storms, ever faithful, ever near. One command from holy wonder washes every trace of fear. Every fear. Holy wonder, settle me, Jesus. Settle me, Jesus. The storm knows His name. His name. His name.
Sleep. You meet me right when nothing feels special. I used to think you moved in thunder, only found in grand displays. But you step into the small things, quiet moments in my days. Like the sunlight on my morning, like the laughter in my room, like the breath that keeps on rising when I thought I'd meet my doom.
You're in the moments I forget.
No crown, no throne, no perfect posture, yet you show up all the same. There is soft glory on my ordinary life, grace that settles where I stand, love that moves without announcing, peace that flows through simple hands. There is soft glory on my ordinary life, heaven brushing through my days. In the mundane, in the quiet, you reveal your gentle way.
You're the reason small things matter, why my routine feels alive. You turn washed out, faded hours into moments that revive. Oh, not a spotlight, not a trophy, just your presence passing through. How you take the plain and simple and make all things feel brand new. Nothing grand required for you,
Just a heart that lets you in.
just a heart that lets you in.
There is soft glory on my ordinary life, turning shadows into shine. There is soft glory on my ordinary life,
steady mercy in the slow. You remind me I am treasured even when I feel so small.
Treasure so loud, glory in the simple, glory in the day.
You don't wait for big achievements, you don't need the perfect stage. You just step into my Tuesday like it's holy, like it's brave. There is soft glory on my ordinary life, moving gently through the hours, teaching me that simple moments hold the weight of heaven's power.
There is soft glory on my ordinary life. Every breath a sacred place. You make common days remarkable with the kindness of your grace. Only you make
The ordinary shine,
you make
glorious shine.
soft glory. You make the ordinary shine. Soft glory.
Please,
You filled what had no bread. I was standing in the silence where my strength had come undone. Every heartbeat felt uncertain, every battle felt unwon. But your presence touched the hollow where my courage used to be. And the emptiness I carried found a breath you placed in me.
you placed it in me.
Not a shout, not a shaking, just a life I didn't know. You are the breath beneath my bones, filling places I can reach, rising softly through my spirit, teaching strength without a speech. You are the breath beneath my bones, moving quiet, moving deep. Where I once stood cold and empty, now you're living water seep deep in me. I've known nights that held me captive, where my thoughts refused to rest. But your whisper wrapped around me, pulled fresh air into my chest. What was rigid turned to softness, what was numb began to rise. You rebuilt what fear had hollowed with the truth that never died. Not through force, not through thunder, but through presence in my soul. You are the breath beneath my bones, bringing life where none was left.
the breath beneath my bones, strength that doesn't shout or shake. Let your wind reshape the broken. Let your love rebuild what aches. You are the breath beneath my bones. Every fiber knows your touch. What I thought had long been silent now is singing. Lifted up, they breathing in me. Breath beneath my bones. Breath beneath my bones.
Where nothing lived, you carved a path, sweeping cinematic. The ground was scorched and empty. Heat had burned my hope away. Every dream lay dry and silent, buried under years of gray. But your whisper broke the stillness, like a spark against the dust. What was barren started stirring when you told the earth to trust. Stir it again in a place that knew no mercy. Something holy split the land. Rivers cut through desert ash, flowing where no stream belonged. What was dead began to shimmer. What was cracked became a song. Oh. Rivers cut through desert ash, every wasteland bowed in awe. Life erupted from the ruins by the power of your call. Only you, light from nothing. I saw dust turn into gardens. I saw silence learn to bloom. What was ruined by the fire found its healing in your truth. Winds that once declared destruction carried fragrance through the air. Out of stones came running waters, proof that you were always there. Always there. No resistance stood against you. Every boundary knew your hand. Rivers cut through desert ash, pain and life were painted rude. What was lost beneath the embers became beauty shaped and cool. Rivers cut through desert ash, holy streams the fire can't claim. Every memory scorched by sorrow found new purpose in your name. Let the ashes move aside. Let the ashes move aside. Let the waters rise and glide. No flame can stop your river. No drought denies your flow. Where the smoke once ruled the horizon, now the fields begin to grow. Rivers cut through desert ash, proof that nothing stays the same. What was lifeless now is breathing at the whisper of your name. Rivers cut through desert ash, turning loss into delight. Where the darkness planned its ending, you restored with holy light. Holy light, holy light. Flow through every barren place. I used to walk with trembling footsteps, holding fear like it on my chest. Every challenge felt like thunder, every breath a small protest. But his touch rewrote my shadows, lined my heartbeat with his flame. Strength I never thought was in me started rising in his name. What I carried as surrender turned to boldness in his plan. This is bravery woven by his hand, threads of heaven in my soul. Not a strength I made myself, but a courage he made whole. This is bravery woven by his hand, pulled from grace, not from my pride. Even when I shake with questions, I stand tall with him inside. I stand tall. I stand tall. I stand tall. And inside, I felt small in countless battles. Thought my voice could never rise, but his wisdom shaped my footing, placed assurance in my stride, placed assurance in my stride. He took every trembling moment, turned it into steady ground. Fear that once defined my posture has no claim when he's around. Oh, not by force or loud ambition, but by love I understand. That whispers, not that shouts. Faith that holds me through the questions, light that drives the shadows out. This is bravery woven by his hand, gentle power in my veins. Every step becomes a promise when his purpose still remains. He weaves courage underneath my skin. Not the bravery of heroes, not the pride of mighty men, but a quiet, holy boldness flowing from his heart again, flowing in me. This is bravery woven by his hand, holding me through rising tides. Fear can knock, but it won't enter where his presence now resides. This is bravery woven by his hand, sacred strength I can't explain, carried by a faithful maker, walking free in his domain. White. He paints the heavens with his calm. Morning broke with colors shifting, clouds unfolding in a grace. Winds that once were sharp and reckless softened when he touched the space. Light ran wild across the skyline, brushing gold on every height. And the silence held a promise, something holy crossed the night. I felt it in the air, where unrest had drawn its borders. He erased them with a glow. Peace built across the sky, falling bright on every field. Every shadow lost its purpose when his presence settled here. Storms colors chase the darkness, saw the night lose all its grip, saw the lines of dread unravel when his kindness made them slip. Not a whisper, not a warning, just a calm too wide to hold. Peace that stretched from edge to edge, painting courage bright and bold. Edge to edge. Every anxious heart grew lighter as the heavens came alive. Peace filled across the sky, filled a prayer pouring deep into my chest. What once kept my spirit trembling drained away and came to rest. Yeah. Peace filled across the sky, filled a prayer like a river made of light, rushing through the broken spaces, turning wrongness into right. Peace like gold, peace unfold, peace unfold, the heavens hold. Not the peace the world delivers, not the fragile, fading kind, but a flood that covers chaos and rewrites the worry mind. Peace spilled across the sky, stretching mercy over me. Every tear I carried upward fell into his victory. Peace, peace spilled across the sky, endless, wild, and reaching far. When his presence floods the heavens, every wound forgets its scar. Let it spill, Lord. Please, and it covers everything. Yeah, yeah. And it covers everything. Oh yeah, yeah. Make way, he enters time. Heaven breaks the boundary line. Sand was shifting under judgment. Every footprint fading fast. Every dream felt cracked and fragile. Every promise tied to past. Then the atmosphere divided. Space itself began to shake. Just that thought it had dominion lost its crown when he arrived. When eternity steps into dust, every dry thing learns to live. Every moment built on failure meets a love that dares to give. When eternity steps into dust, history bends beneath his feet. What was ruined finds a future. What was broken stands complete. Ashes tried to hold their story, tried to keep the chapters closed, but his shadow crossed the ruins, and the dead land came unposed. Where the earth was left in silence, where the barren held its claim, life rose up like thunder breaking, calling out his holy name. All the limits time had written fell apart before his breath. When eternity steps into dust, walls dissolve without a fight. Every curse that clung like iron melts beneath his endless light. When eternity steps into dust, even Every grain of dust gets purpose when His glory realized. Eternity steps into dust. When eternity steps into dust, dead ground learns to carry life. What was barren blooms in wonder. What was bitter loses strife. When eternity steps into dust, all creation lifts its head. From the smallest spark of nothing, He pulls beauty from the dead. Eternity into dust, and dust becomes divine. I found you in the smallest places, where no spotlight hits the ground, where the room is barely breathing, and my thoughts don't make a sound. You don't wait for grand entrances, you don't need a stage or light. You arrive inside the whispers, where my heart relearns what's right. Right in the quiet, every unnoticed moment becomes sacred when you're near. There is glory in the quiet corners, where you sit with who I am, where you wrap me in your presence with no need for any plan. There is glory in the quiet corners, where my soul feels safe to breathe. For the God who shaped the heavens still finds time to sit with me. You sit with me. Glory, all the verbal corners breathe me. You rebuild me in the margins, where no audience can see. You restore the hidden fractures that I guard so carefully. Yeah. You don't rush the healing process, yeah. You don't hurry past my age. You stand steady in the silence, yeah, till the broken parts away. You wait with me. What I thought was empty space turns to sanctuary ground. There is glory in the quiet corners, where your kindness fills the air, where the tears fall without judgment, and the wounds find strength to repair. There is glory in the quiet corner, in the hush you choose to stay, meeting me inside the stillness in a deeply holy way. Stay with me. Glory in the quiet. Glory in the quiet. You don't only meet the mighty, you don't only meet the brave. You draw close to hidden stories in the places I feel afraid. There is glory in the quiet corner, where you whisper through the night, where death can't speak where he stands. Stone cold silence try to hold me. Dark rooms claim they own my name. Every shadow formed a story, saying I never rise again. But a footstep shook the chamber. Air split open like a flame. What was buried lost its power when the Holy One came.
He walked in.
Walls that echoed with defeat, started trembling at his voice.
At his voice.
Graves lose their language when his glory fills the ground. Every lie that ever told me gets drowned out by heaven's sound. Graves lose their language. There's no darkness left to claim. Every tomb that tried to name me breaks apart in Jesus' name.
No grave speaks over me.
Cold earth tried to hold my future. Dust rose up to hide my word. Chains of silence wrapped around me, like I'd never touched the earth. But his presence split the shadows, dragged the night out by his throat. Oh, every whisper born of sorrow died the moment he spoke. Oh,
What once sounded like an ending
turned to victory's first sound.
graves lose their language
Oh,
when the Savior draws in close.
every fear that tried to crown me falls like dust beneath his toes. Graves lose their language. They can't tell me who I am. I'm the one he pulled from darkness, resurrected by his hand.
And pulled out.
Oh, yeah,
Dead things fall.
dead things fall.
Dead things fall.
Lord, he rewrites what death attempted. Tears the coffin from the grave. Every echo born of emptiness meets a Savior strong to save.
Light breaks in, light breaks in.
What was final lost its meaning. Oh, grave stopped speaking in his presence. Oh, every chain slid off of me.
Graves lose their language.
Where his footsteps shake the ground, every tomb becomes a doorway when his resurrection sounds. Graves lose their language. They can't name me anymore. I belong to living power, to the kingdom evermore. Evermore. Living power. No grave speaks. Only he decides my name. The valley stood without a heartbeat, shadows stretching long and wide. Walls of stone like silent giants, blocking every step I tried. But the moment you stepped near me, air grew warm and ground grew still. What once towered over courage seemed to bow beneath your will. Only you could do that. What was fixed began to soften. What was fierce began to fade. Mountains bend when you arrive. Every barrier learns your name. What I feared as immovable starts to lapse in under flame. Mountains bend when you arrive. Peaks that try to stand so tall fall like paper in your presence, losing all their thread and call. They bow, your presence. They bow, your presence. I saw cliffs that once condemned me, holding echoes of my past. Jagged memories like warnings, built to say my hope won't last. But your footsteps touch the landscape, and the ridges change their tone. Every ridge that marked my future, Lord, itself before your throne. You don't push them with your power. They surrender to your light. Every path that once seemed hopeless turns to open sacred space. We follow. Oh, you speak, they hollow. You move, we follow. Oh, you speak, they hollow. Ridges crumble at your whisper, peaks dissolve beneath your breath. What stood raised in quiet stubbornness falls in reverence instead. In reverence, mountains bend on the majesty untold. What defeated me for ages bows before your strength and gold. Mountains bend when you arrive. Every shadow loses claim. Every obstacle dissolves at the power. Every mountain bend, Jesus, when you arrive. Jesus, mountains bend, Jesus, mountains bend, Jesus. Every mountain bend. Where nothing lived, you carved a path, sweeping cinematic. The ground was scorched and empty. Heat had burned my hope away. Every dream lay dry and silent, buried under years of gray. But your whisper broke the stillness, like a spark against the dust. What was barren started stirring when you told the earth to trust. grace that knew no mercy. Something holy split the land. Rivers cut through desert ash, flowing where no stream belonged. What was dead began to shimmer, what was cracked became a song. Rivers cut through desert ash, every wasteland bowed and all life erupted from the ruin by the power of your call. Only you, light from nothing. Oh, I saw dust turn into gardens. I saw silence learn to bloom. It's healing in your truth. Winds that once declared destruction carried fragrance through the air. Out of stones came running water, proof that you were always there. Always there. No resistance stood against you. Every boundary knew your hand. Cut through desert ash, painted life where pain had ruled. What was lost beneath the embers became beauty shaped and cool. Rivers cut through desert ash, holy streams the fire can't claim. Every memory scorched by sorrow found new purpose in your name. Stop your river, no drought denies your flow. Where the smoke once ruled the horizon, now the fields begin to grow. Growing again. Rivers cut through desert ash, proof that nothing stays the same. What was lifeless now is breathing. Holy place. Stood without a heartbeat, shadows stretching long and wide, walls of stone like silent giants, blocking every step I try. But the moment you step near me, air grew warm and ground grew still. What once towered over courage seemed to bow beneath your will. Only you could do that. What was fixed began to soften. What was fierce began to fade. Mountains say my hope won't last, but your footsteps touch the landscape, and the ridges change their tone. Every ridge that marked my future lowered itself before your throne.
Before your throne,
You don't push them with your power, they surrender to your light. Mountains bend when you arrive, every summit shakes in awe. What was proud and unrelenting recognizes who you are. Mountains bend when you arrive, landscapes shift beneath your grace. Every path that once seemed hopeless turns to open sacred space. Hey, you move, we follow. You speak, they hollow. Ridges crumble at your whisper, peaks dissolve beneath your breath. What stood raised in quiet stubbornness falls in reverence instead. Mountains bend when you arrive, under majesty untold. What defeated me for ages bows before your strength and gold. Mountains bend when you arrive, every shadow loses claim. Every obstacle dissolves at the power of your name.
your name.
Every mountain name,
Jesus.
Every mountain bend.
You arrive.
I used to walk with trembling footsteps, holding fear like it owned my chest. Every challenge felt like thunder, every breath a small protest. But his touch rewrote my shadows, lined my heartbeat with his flame. What I carried as surrender turned to boldness in his plan. This is bravery woven by his hand, threads of heaven in my soul. Not a strength I made myself, but a courage he made whole. This is bravery woven by his hand, pulled from grace, not from my pride. Even when I shake with questions, I stand tall with him inside. I stand tall right inside. I felt small in countless battles, thought my voice could never rise. But his wisdom shaped my footing, placed assurance in my stride. He took every trembling moment, turned it into steady ground. Fear that once defined my posture has no claim when he's around. No claim at all. Not by force or loud ambition, but by love I understand. This is bravery, woven by his hand. Strength that whispers, not that shouts. Faith that holds me through the questions. Light that drives the shadows out. This is bravery woven by his hand. Gentle power in my veins. Every step becomes a promise when his purpose still remains. He weaves courage underneath my skin. He weaves courage underneath my skin. Not the bravery of heroes, not the pride of mighty men, but a quiet, holy boldness flowing from his heart again. Flowing in me. This is bravery woven by his hand, holding me through rising tides. Fear cannot, but it won't enter where his presence now resides. This is bravery woven by his hand. Sacred strength I can't explain, carried by a faithful maker, walking free in his domain. You, by your hand, guide me so. You woven courage into me.